you have not used a yarn winder before, I'm going to show you how to use one. This is the one I have. The reason I have this one is because it will hold 10 ounces on the spindle. So I prefer one that has a larger allowance for yarn because I make larger cakes sometimes depending on what yarn I have left. But they do have smaller ones. I'm going to list both of the ones that I have used in my Amazon storefront. So that is an affiliate link, but you do not get charged anything extra if you purchase through that link. But the cake winder I have today, this is a 10 ounce, the 6 ounce. I think it works just as well. The reason I had issues with that one was because I was trying to cake up larger amounts of yarn and it was getting tangled in the gears. So if you are worried about that happening, I would recommend going with this larger 10 ounce. But I have both of those linked in the description for you if you would like to purchase one of those. But what I'm going to start with is unwinding this little, if I do it the right way, I'm going to unwind this. This is what holds the yarn winder to the countertop. Sorry, I keep hitting my my tripod. But I'm going to unwind that, and then the countertop slides in here and then you tighten it back up. I'm going to show you that in just a second. And then I will also show you how to attach the yarn and how to wind it. It's very easy, very quick. It's not a hard thing to use. So I have put the countertop right in between the base of the yarn winder and this little thing that you screw up. So this one gets tightened, and just tighten it comfortably. Doesn't need to be super tight, but just so that this is not wobbling around. So that's how you tighten it to the bottom of a counter or a table. I'm going to be caking up this cake that I made. It's a bit messy, so I just wanted to rewind it. This is one that I made on the smaller winder, and that is why I moved to the larger one, because it was getting pulled and it was getting tangled. So I wanted to make sure that that didn't happen anymore. So that is why I got the larger cake winder. You can see on the top arm here that this is a little coil. So you're just going to wind your yarn through that so it can glide through easily. You can see on the side that there's a little hole. All right, so you wind that, you pull that through that arm, and then the arm that's down here on the bottom, you're going to wind that as well around there. And then up here at the top, you're just going to place that through those two little slots on the side. I like to hold my yarn here and then just put a little bit of tension on that as I wind. It makes a nice and tight cake. So I'm going to wind this. So I'm just going to continue putting a little bit of tension and just continuing to wind. And then when you have finished winding up your cake, I just like to take the end of my yarn and just tuck it in one of these little cross pieces. And then to take it off, you're just going to slide this up. And then you have a nice and tidy cake of yarn. It's nice and squared. I really like that. There are some cake winders at Hobby Lobby. They do more of a rounded cake instead of the squared cake, but that's what I find with the Hobby Lobby winder, because I did try that one at one point too. But that is this one, and I'm just gonna do a few more cakes so that you can watch me do that. So when you get ready to use your winder, you have your yarn. I have my yarn over here on my 3-tier cart, but I've got my ball of yarn there. And your yarn is going to come from this side with the little end of this spiral here. That's going to be away from the yarn, so that's the side that the yarn is coming from. The smooth side is the part that the tail comes through. So I just go through, wrap it around like that, and goes through the center of that spiral. And then you do that same thing on the arm over here. So where the end of the spiral is, that is where your yarn is going to come from, and you are going to the tail of the yarn coming through the smooth side of that metal spiral. Then you're going to connect it to the top of your winder. And if this keeps coming out, just put a little knot at the end. Down and away, so if you're looking at the handle from this direction, it would be clockwise that you're winding it. I just hold my yarn on this side just a little bit tight, or just giving it a little bit of tension, and then just winding. You want your wind to be smooth as you can, just keeping it very consistent. And when you're at the end of your yarn, I like to just tuck that end right in between some of the strands there. And then I'm releasing that knot so that so it will let go. But this isn't the right tag, but I'm just going to show you what I do with the tags if you still have the yarn sleeve. So I just roll it like this, and then I place it in the little dent that's in here in the winder, or in the part that holds on to the cake. And then I just slide the cake up over that, and then it looks like that. So you have your little ball band in there, and that is how you use a cake winder.